On most vacations, you take a trip. But in Israel, you'll take a journey you'll never forget, where you experience things so extraordinary, they change you in real and unexpected ways. From the inspired to the inspiring, the humble to the truly humbling, the transfixing to the transcendent. Here you'll find a true crossroads of the world, where people come to learn, laugh, connect, and immerse themselves in a country with thousands of years of recommendations. No matter which other destinations are on your list, what you see, touch, and feel in Israel, you'll never experience anywhere else. Begin your journey to Israel now.
Welcome back to Global Village. I'm your host, Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is Israel. And a while back, we had Ambassador Effie Ben Matitiao on the show. And now we're joined by two very close friends of Israel, two doctors. We have Dr. Max Guillermo. He's the president of Tarlac Agricultural University. He's joined by Dr. Isagani Leal, who is a rehabilitation medicine specialist. So, doctors, welcome to Global Village.
Thank you.
And actually, as I was telling Ambassador, this is such a packed show because I wish I had you guys on separate occasions because each of you has so much to say and so much to tell. And but we'll try to cover as much now, and especially your engagements with the State of Israel. Let's start first with Dr. Guillermo. Brief introduction. You're the president of Tarlac Agricultural University. What is your background, sir?
Yes, I'm the president of Tarlac Agricultural University, and I'm actually forester by profession. I was trained in UP Los Baños for my environmental science. It's a little bit broader than my base course, forestry. And our university is very new. It's actually the youngest university in the Philippines because we were just converted last year.
Oh, okay.
From Tarlac College of Agriculture to Tarlac Agricultural University. And due to globalization program, we have a very good program. It's actually on-the-job training program of our students to Israel. And we're sending students, at least it's now the 10th year.
Wow,
it's now the 10th year we're sending students to Israel, and we send the most number of students to Israel, considering that actually one of my faculty is the national coordinator of that OGT to Israel.
Yes, of the program of Mashav, no?
Yes.
As Ambassador Matitiao said earlier, I think he said yearly we send over 500 Filipinos go to Israel to participate in this almost year-long program, no?
Yes.
How many come from Tarlac Agricultural University?
Now we have about 99 out of these 500.
That's a lot, every year.
Yes, every year. And we have about 28 state universities and colleges participant to this training program from Luzon to Mindanao.
Yes, yes. How interesting. And so this is your 10th year, and so if you have 99 slots or 90 or so every year, you must have almost 1,000 now by now.
Yes,
alumni.
Yes. Actually, we have 2,700 alumni
okay.
from Israel.
Dr. Guillermo, what has been the positive effect of this? I mean, have you seen, okay, they go to Israel, which is a powerhouse, I say, of agricultural technology.
Yes.
In Israel, it's very arid, it's a small piece of land, but they've managed to make, as they say, the desert bloom. How have our Filipino students benefited from this?
Yeah, actually, our students were exposed to modern agriculture, which is basically lacking in their country. And right now, we can see that one of the very impact of this program is now our students are now competing with the rest of the graduates of agriculture in the world, because some of our students now are employed outside the Philippines, in Australia, in New Zealand, and even in Canada, in the US. And we are glad that most of our graduates are from the OGT in Israel are those who were hired by these foreign companies And that is a very big advantage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just that exposure to this
Yes.
technology that they have in Israel, which is really groundbreaking, I think.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
I remember, Doctor, when I was flying over Israel in a helicopter some years back, you look on the left side, which is Israel, and it's green, I mean, just to show you, and then you look on the right, unfortunately, it's very arid, but it
Yes,
just
yes.
shows you that with their technology, you can plant where previously people
Yes,
probably
yes.
didn't think they could plant, no?
Yes, yes.
So I'm glad that our Pinoys are benefiting a lot from this.
Yes. And also, another impact is no, the enrollment in agriculture is now growing year after year after we have this OGT to Israel program.
Very good, very good.
And primarily, before in 2010, we've only about 200 or 300 students. That's first year to fourth year in agriculture. Now we have more than 1,000.
Bravo, bravo. And I think that's a sector in the Philippines that really needs to be developed and helped because, no country can progress and industrialize without a good a solid
Yes.
agricultural base. Don't you think so,
Yes,
Doctor?
yes.
Excellent. Dr. Leal, how about you? Who is Isagani Leal, rehab medicine expert?
I'm Dr. Isagani Leal, and I'm presently medical director of the Center for Musculoskeletal Science Asia. It is a center wherein all types of musculoskeletal pains and sports injuries are being diagnosed and treated in a non-surgical way.
Very nice. And I understand, Dr. Leal, you also have other associations, engagements. Tell us a bit about what you're doing for sports in the country.
We have a new technique which...
I'm talking about, you're also you're also the doctor for some teams.
Yes, sir. I'm also the sports physician of the PBA team, like the Tocantex, Meralco Bolts, the Aguilas, and also in UAAP, I'm also the sports physician of Far Eastern University.
Yes, wow.
And at the same time, medical consultant of our Philippine national athletes for the Philippine Olympic Committee.
Where do you find all the time to do this? All these jobs? You must be a very busy doctor. Huh?
Yes, sir. It's very much busy, sir.
Okay, Dr. Leal, I understand that you are a product of the MASHAV, program of the MASHAV, which is the international aid agency of the Israeli government. Tell us, how did you get involved with this? How did you connect with the Israelis in this regard?
I've been with the Department of Health for 10 years as a doctor to the barrios, which I was assigned in the remote province of North Cotabato
Wow, okay.
in Maguindanao. Then after that, there was an invitation from the Israeli embassy for all doctors who are into community-based rehab programs to undergo training in Israel for 3 months as a MASHAV scholar. But fortunately, I was chosen as one of those applicants.
Very good. And what a life-changing event it turned out to be, huh?
Yes, sir, and I was very happy. And the technology of Israel, especially in musculoskeletal medicine, was imparted to me. And this is we are very happy in the Philippines because this technique has not been used in the Philippines for so long years.
Okay, before we jump into that quickly, how was it like to study in Israel for 4 years? What was your experience like? Huh?
Yes, sir, it's very difficult, sir, because number one is there is a communication barrier. You have to study for at least 3 months in Hebrew, basic Hebrew. And then all of the majority of the patients are also non-speaking English. You have to speak it in Hebrew.
Wow. Okay.
And,
that must be difficult to study and to be able to relate to patients in a third language, which is Hebrew, which is completely different
Yes, sir.
from anything that we're used to as Filipinos, no?
Yes, sir.
And you speak Hebrew fluently, huh?
Basically, sir.
Okay. So, Dr. Guillermo, have you been to Israel as long as Dr. Leal has been there?
Yes, I've been to Israel for 3 times already.
Okay.
Visiting our students, and part of our monitoring activities to visit our students in the farms.
Very good. Very
So
good.
really, no, it's very opportunistic to be. It's a very good opportunity rather to visit the Holy Land.
Very good. Dr. Leal, let's talk about your Israeli technology. You said non-invasive rehab, no? Because usually here, what most people are familiar with, if you have a tear or if you have a slip disc or if you have a knee problem, it's surgery right away. They open you up, they put something, they put a bolt or whatever, no? What do you do?
For example, so we have meniscus tear, ACL tear, rotator cuff tear of the shoulder. The usual treatment here in the Philippines is that you have to undergo surgery through arthroscopic technique. But with the technology coming from Israel, we don't do the operation. We can just coarctate the tear through the use of the blood.
That's amazing.
Through, we call this the stem cell, platelet, and we call this the growth factors from the blood. Then inject it into the exact location of the tear. Then in 2 weeks' time, you will undergo laser. Then after 3-4 weeks, the patient's already ready for
Really? So-
for the play.
So what you're saying is that in about 4 to 6 weeks, someone with an injury, like a knee injury, a shoulder injury, which usually, takes a very long time to heal.
Yes, sir.
How long does a normal, injury through a normal procedure take to heal?
For example, if you have a rotator cuff tear, and you will undergo arthroscopic procedure, it takes 6 months before you can go or return to play. But with this technique, it will only entail 6 weeks. Then you can go to return to play.
As in 100% active duty performance.
Exactly, sir.
Wow. And this technology is an Israeli, it really is original Israeli technology.
It's an Israeli technology, which was imparted to us.
Very good, very good. Are many athletes now taking advantage of this technology? Because if you ask me, number one, non-invasive, always very good. Number two, the time. 6 months, 6 weeks. That's a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
In sports, huh?
It's in sports.
Yeah.
And that is why, sir, a lot of national team, the Philippine Olympic team, and also the PB players really want to receive this kind of treatment because it will give them an advantage over surgical treatment.
Of course. How about cost?
The cost is very minimal. It's cost around 1/3 of the usual cost.
Plus, you're able to get back into form right away.
Exactly.
And less pain.
Prevention of further complications
Very
like
good.
muscle atrophy, weakness, and all of this.
Very good. Okay, before we go, we have about 2 minutes to close, or a minute and a half. Let's talk about most memorable experience in Israel. Let's start with you, Dr. Leal. What was the most memorable, most significant, most special experience of yours in Israel?
For me, when I received my diploma as a graduate of the 4 years training as a specialist in musculoskeletal medicine, it's a very significant moment in my life because from the very beginning, I was not able to do a training here in the Philippines because it needs, you have to have at least a lot of money from your parents to send you into specialty training in the Philippines.
Of course, of course.
But here, it's a gift because it was all paid by the government.
Full scholarship, full board, accommodations, everything.
Yes, sir.
Bravo,
Full,
bravo.
full scholarship.
Well, I hope more Filipinos can get a chance to, have this opportunity the same way that you have.
Yes, sir. I hope
Wonderful.
so. A lot of Filipino will be interested to undergo some training in Israel.
Excellent. Dr. Guillermo?
Yes, the most memorable experience I have in Israel when I attended graduation of our on-the-job training students, and I can sense that every graduation, it's another feeders added to their cup, and they are becoming more globally competitive, especially with the rest of the graduates around the world. And I'm happy because many of our graduates now are employed, and not only here but even outside the Philippines. And if you will visit our university now, there are a lot of growing number of motorcycles, vehicles owned by our students.
Progress.
Yes,
Very
that's a sign
good.
of progress, perhaps.
I guess as an educator, the most, very fulfilling to see your
Yes.
your flock,
And-
take flight, no?
And the problem that we are trying to address now is how the learnings, the technology that they have learned can be, transferred to the Philippines, particularly the farmers, so that they can also help improve the life of our farmers. And also the students who are not able to see the technology, the farming systems in Israel. So we are now developing, or we developed a program now called that the DIAL, is development of International Agro-Technology Lighthouse. It's a training center actually, and which is manned mostly by our graduates in Israel.
So to serve as to spread this technology
Yeah, yeah.
and make it more grassroots-based, more
Yes,
community-based.
yes.
And that's really where the solution to our problem
Yes,
lies. No?
yes. It's one way of transferring actually the technology so that it can be used really to the very purpose actually of the program to help to learn the technology from Israel and let it grow here in the Philippines also.
Excellent.
So that will help.
Of course, your success and the success of Dr. Lia, we have to thank the Israeli government for that,
Yes,
State of Israel,
yes.
for their generosity, no, and
Yes.
really, reaching out to the Philippines and engaging us in this manner, no, this very generous, very selfless.
Yes, we're
manner.
very thankful, sir, because the OJT program is a government-to-government program
Excellent.
for our Filipino students.
Excellent. Well, doctors, thank you very much for coming to the show, and more power to you. And anytime you guys have something to share here, projects and activities, more than happy to feature it here on Global Village here in GNN.
Thank you.
So guys, stick around because when we come back, we're going to talk about the business side of Israel and a little bit of tourism. And our special guest is Mr. Itamar Gero, and he is the he's the president of the Israeli Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines. So stick around for that. Stay tuned.